Staying at the bottom part of the FN2000, here we have the safety switch. Now it's very interesting, it's obviously a derivative, or the lineage is based on the P90 because of its styling. It's much bigger than the P90, I might add, but the safety switch is very similar. Now I don't actually like what they've done here. It's basically a switch. In one position the trigger is actually locked and won't move. By rotating the switch below the trigger to the right, it releases the trigger and allows you to use the weapon. And by rotating it anti-clockwise to the left, it locks the trigger. Now that's great, nothing wrong with that. What's sad about it is that it's actually got written on this switch on and off. So rotate the switch clockwise, it's now on. Rotate the switch anti-clockwise, it's now off. To me that's too toy-like, but it's in black, it's moulded into the switch, you can't really see it, so it's no biggie. So here's the switch, this is on, this is off. Coming along the rest of this side, it's all just moulded. This little piece at the front is interesting. On the real steel, this is in fact where the FN2000 ejects its empty shells. So even though the magazine's up here, the empty shells are actually fed through a mechanism out the front, and as you fire they actually tumble out. They don't go flying out, they tumble out. On this it's just pure piece of moulded plastic. Here's the moulding for the ejection port. As you can see, it's all moulded in, it's hard plastic. Coming along the top, the first thing you come to, which looks a little bit strange, is this lump here. Now what this is, it's very cool. You can actually lift it up and you reveal your hop-up. And you're looking straight down on top of the hop-up mechanism, the little dome, and it just opens up, and inside is your hop-up. That's the wheel on the right, and you can adjust it as you need, and when you're finished it just shuts down. So very easy to adjust during skirmishing. It just clips down. It's not locked in place, it's just got a little rubber grommet left and right that holds it in place. It's not going to suddenly pop out. Like standing on the top and moving slightly forward, built-in rear sight. The sight itself is made out of a cast piece of metal and it's mounted inside a plastic bracket. It lies flat and the plastic bracket has got a notch in it, so I suppose that's for close range firing, and for long range firing you can flip this piece of metal up and it's just a metal plate with a hole in it. There's no adjustments there whatsoever, but it's pretty solid, it's not going anywhere, so that's okay. These are your rear sights. As you can see, it's just a piece of moulded plastic. For distance shooting you can flip up this cast piece which has got a circle in it. Metal rail right across the top. 20mm RAS, fit what you want on it. As you can see, I put my old classics red dot scope. The finish isn't brilliant, as I said. You can see it's got worn already all along here. You can either leave it like it if you like that look, but I'll be spraying mine. That's why I put these on. I haven't bothered painting them individually because they'll all be sprayed black when I finish replacing them. What about this top rail? The actual rail itself is very thin. Now it's 20mm, but it's very thin on this side, on the edges. I tried to mount a different scope on here. The type of scope I had, instead of having one of these wheels that clamp, it had two Allen key nuts, and when they were done as tight as they could go, the scope would still slide up and down this rail because it couldn't be done tight enough to grip the sides of the rail because they are very thin.